So what is this personal brand thing? What's all this concept about? Well, the first questions that need to be asked for you right now in the room, and you might want to consider this when you go away, is are you managing your image consciously or unconsciously? Every person in this room has an image. By the way, is there any person in the room that hasn't got an image? Would they like to put their hand up? So the question here is, are you doing it consciously or unconsciously? Consciously is, of course, when you wake up in the morning, you have a shower, you dress up, you do your hairstyle, and then you're consciously looking at what you're going to be presenting to the world that day. You know, that package. What message do you want to present to the world? And you hear people say all the time, but, people should judge me the way I really am. Haven't we heard that? Is that true? They should. Theoretically, that's the truth. They should. They should just take you on board for who you are. Is that what happens in the real world? And if you've been in the corporate world for a while, you'll discover that's the opposite that happens. So I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but sometimes, the truth can hurt people, right? Because what I've discovered in my coaching, and I've coached well over 4,000 individual clients. I'm only saying this to you from a credibility perspective. Most people say to me, John, lay it out on the table clearly to me. But then at times, a lot of them might want to hear only their version of what they want to hear. Does that make sense? Because it's painful. But if you do it with love and compassion, hopefully they'll hear a little bit differently. Because that's what they're there for in the first place. They're looking for something. It's up to the coach to bring it all out. The next one is it positive or negative? Well, you will not know that. If you've got pens, you can write that down if you like. You will not know that until you've had feedback. And since we're living in very politically correct times where the truth is skewed around laws, at times, even the feedback you get, I guarantee you at times is not the truth. It just sounds good. So if you're into the world of transformation, yeah, some things have to be communicated in a certain way where they hit the mark, as opposed to, be really sugary about it. Does that make sense? Okay. What's the next one? Is it overt or covert? Now, the thing about overt and covert is this. Are you openly know that you're in the game and this is a game we're all playing? Or are you pretending this is not a game and you're not part of the game? Okay, so how are you using those skills there? Are you being open about it, or are you trying to cover it up? Just to give you an example, politicians. I work with a lot of politicians. I've got over 24 on my books. If the media calls them though, they'll say, we're not into image management. Every minister in the federal government has got a budget of minimum $500,000 to have a public relations consultant that spins their image. But they'll tell you, the public, we're not into image management. Okay, now do you think politicians would like me to say that some of the stuff I'm telling you right now? I'm giving you the real world. That's what goes on. I've done that stuff. I've been a spin doctor. It's not where I am anymore, by the way. It doesn't resonate with me. And the next one, of course, is can I benefit by improving any of the above? If you even ask that question, you're already on the road to transformation of some level.